Hi guys, it's Sonelias and welcome back to Hearts of Iron number 4. We're going to carry on playing, of course, as the great nation of Germany. So, in the last episode, you might actually have remembered us acquiring a new bit of territory. Surprisingly, that happens to be Italy. Yeah, I know, surprising. Surprise, surprise. Italy is ours. Right, so what are we working on next? We should, of course, be working on decoding a particular key. Czechoslovakian, we've done. The Polish, we have done. Let's do the Soviet Union key as well. Looks like they haven't actually invested too much effort into some of the departments yet. I'm getting a really, really nice amount, as you can see. I'm still getting another 2.15 in terms of political power. I would love to do something that basically gives me a nice amount of stability, to be honest. Does this give me more stability? No, it does not. That's not relevant here either. Promises of peace, no. Improve worker conditions, though. Now that will give me additional stability. But it drops my factory output by 10%. For half a year, 180 days. Yeah. Do I want to go down that route? What will be the benefit? If I basically look at this, it's going to be giving me weekly 0.5%. Now, 180 days is about, how many weeks is that? 70 is 10, 40, 20. It's going to be about, 12% extra. It's not massive, to be honest. Anyways, yeah, I'm slowly getting rid of the other political parties. Resistance to occupation. Yes, I know there's resistance. Thank you very much. If I release that nation, that will be interesting, isn't it? Liberate Greece in Thrace, Epirus and Central Macedonia. Yes, if I release them, what will happen there? Release as puppet, or I'm going to release them entirely. I'll release them as a puppet. No, I'm not going to release all of those. But at least Greece is now one of my puppets, which is slightly different. Hold on, don't I have divisions on the way there? I do, don't I?
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
That one is up there.
Zuhören.
That one is down there.
Ihre Befehle?
Let's boost him. Okay. It would be nice if I could move them around as such, but I can't. I got this division type I'm not using, so I'm going to get rid of it. Cavalry Brigade. It's the same picture. I'm not using it, so I'm getting rid of it. For all of my occupied territories, I should really be using the MP divisions. Do you want to unset the following or override? Yes. So all of them will basically get the same type assigned to them. Have I got shortages in there? I probably do. As you can see, I probably need a few more of these here in place. At the moment I've got 66 factories here. If I were to speak to these guys, can I now slowly start releasing individual states into there? Yes, I own the Balearics. Interesting. So what can I do with the occupied territory? So Carlist Spain. Does Carlist Spain exist at the moment? That's then a question. No, that is Catalan state. That's the Basque territory. So if I release the Balearics, what kind of occupancy rates have we got there? I'm not sure. Yeah, resistance is not that high, luckily, there. So that's pretty okay. So let's release that as Catalan state. Okay, so they're not in any faction at the moment, as you can see. They're so tiny, they're not going to really do anything. I probably should have released them as a puppet, but yeah, okay, for the moment this is fine. If I look at my research, the quickest is going to be done in 2 days, and this is going to be done in 5 days. So let's first get that first one released. Portugal joins the Axis, really? Well, thank you. Really, have you joined the Axis? Interesting, because I haven't seen any of that. Anyways, let's do this bit of research here. 64 days, 14 days for that one. This is going to be done in less time than that. So these guys have a non-aggression agreement with the Italians. Right, let's get a non-aggression pact with these guys in place. Interesting that there's a news article saying that we basically have them there, but okay, never mind, it's fine. We have a word that they might be drawn into. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Understandable. They're non-aligned. Okay. Are we importing stuff that we don't need to import at the moment? It looks like we are, isn't it? It's still slightly in terms of those numbers that we basically are doing that. Oh yes, we are importing, and we're doing that on purpose because I really want to build up my stockpiles. As you can see, we're working on these here as well, and I do want to basically start building some silos as well, to be honest. Synthetic proper, nice. Modify synthetic refinery resource output by +2. Okay, so if I were to go for this one here now, I don't know who the 3 others are. That's part of the problem I've got. Okay, so We had moved these guys here. And again, I can put these back underneath the East German flag there. Can I send them expeditionary forces? I can. Only divisions currently in a province controlled by the target can be transferred. Okay. Let's not do that. Give control of states doesn't seem to work, interestingly enough. We can send them an attaché. It's a bit of a costly one, to be honest. So doing anything with the Dutch there is not really relevant. It's not really going to help me. Prospect for resources. Now those really I like. So we got North American there. So paramilitary training I can basically help set up in different locations. I don't really want to do any of that. I do want to basically work on my Asian division here. Let's get this all up and running. So manage subjects. What can we do with the subjects? Okay, so Goebbels. Nice. So that's basically a bit of work that we've done there. Okay, I can demote them, is that right? Yes, I can. Change autonomy to annexed. Rijkskommissariat. Alright, okay. Rijksprotectorate and Rijkskommissariat. Those are the different levels we can set them up. Bormann we can change. Okay, what can we do today? Do here? So Himmler will basically help us because of course garrison damage is reduced. Foreign subversive action is reduced. Okay, let's change that. It was a bit of an expensive one, I think. But if we look in here now, as political advisor Himmler, and basically we can basically give Himmler field command. Becomes a field marshal. Okay. That's fine, you can cancel that as much as you want. Gateway to Europe is not relevant at all. War measures. Yeah, I'm not going to do any of that. Let's forget about this for the moment being as well. Recruitment in Europe is of course on their way. Foreign influence. Again, I'm going to leave that as is for the moment being. Recruitment is ongoing, actively ongoing. I do want to create a new division here though. So if I set that to none, maybe I should say create empty. So Albania has cancelled their land lease. Okay, that's fine. Armored divisions, we're going to set them to the medium tanks. Nice. Right, we're going to do something with that in just a minute. So bear with me whilst I'm actually setting up this division type here. Of course, maintenance company we want to have on there. We want to have a field hospital on there. Plus, of course, we also want to make sure we've got here armored recon. That should, if I'm not mistaken, be using light tanks, I guess. Should I call this medium tank? Right, as you can see, that is going to take a while. This will get priority over that. Where are we going to set these up? Now let's set them up here in Thüringen. Have we got equipment shortages? I need additional equipment, it looks like. Panzerkampfwagen. So light tanks we are getting already. Right, it's nice to see that we can actually do that. Now let's work on our next one. So we basically just done this one here. 1939 we are in. Let's actually have a look what else we can do. I can actually work on the conversion option here. This will be beneficial as well, it looks like. So we should see that we're basically getting more of the non-core people in there in a second. And of course we should be able to change this over for the brand new design. So that's 150 and actually it drops to the really to the bottom, as you can see.
Ihre Befehle?
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay. Foreign powers have a foot in the country. Well, that's a bit disappointing, but okay. And we're working on basically trying to suppress that. So that's at least another 54 days to go. That one will complete, that won't complete, and that won't complete. So there's 3 of them that will complete before then, which is of course great to see. Ooh, serious. Let's work on our counterintelligence then. So we basically have got interrogation techniques up and running already. Let's work on the portable radios. Ah, interesting. So Romania is not delivering all the oil that we're basically asking them for and that we're paying them for. Okay. I am wondering why that would be. So these guys are supported by the French.
Achtung!
We no longer get effect of Spanish Civil War commitments. Really?
Bereit zum
Okay,
Ausrücken.
did I expect to get that?
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Apparently you thought I did, but okay. That's fine. So, in terms of the occupied bits, have we got enough? We need current equipment, current manpower, yes, that's fine. Italy needs a lot more. Let's have a look at my infantry equipment. I've got a lot in stock, it looks like. Wow, a lot. Really a
Angetreten.
lot. Okay, that's good at least to see. Now we're importing rubber here that I don't need to import, it looks like, anymore. Alright, let's start sending our strike force only to the channel. The English Channel is our new playground, so to speak. Alright, let's take these. And let's move these all to there. If I select this and put it into there, they'll be quite useful. And basically this one here should really be merging with that top one. Additional destroyers, of course, always welcome. This one should, of course, join in the convoy raiding out here. Research is carrying on quite nicely. And we're getting closer to, of course, completing more of that, which is, of course, always nice to see. Sorry, I'm hearing do-do-do-do, which typically indicates that there is a unit being readied. Okay, so resistance is not too bad, to be honest. Ah, so we captured a French operative. That's good to see. So what can we do with the operatives? Can we basically send them over? Support the Grande École. So that means the big school, basically, doesn't it? I'm happy to sign a non-aggression pact with you guys, these guys here. What can we do? We can, of course, declare war. We can actually... Can we ask them to basically give us that land? Yeah, it looks like they won't be that willing to do that. Italian task force, and that is one of our task forces, interestingly enough. Where are we going to position that one? I'm not quite sure yet. To be honest, I'd like to basically move it into there. Where'd they get that fleet from, to be honest? I'm not sure. Type 7 class, history. Because of course I've got... Okay, so if I set my production location for those... Well, let's set it all to be in the same location here, to be honest. Okay. Whole bunch of these, and what we're missing support equipment. Gee, wow. So to be honest, support equipment needs a massive booster, it looks like. Blueprint stealing, we're not going to basically do much with, I would say. Let's work on the government cipher, that's really an important one, I would say. Okay, so that one's done, okay, good. Machine tools. Nice, let's work on this one here. Let's have another look here. Yeah, as you can see, the Lombardy factories are seeing some disruption because of the resistance. I suspect it's mostly the French that are basically resisting us, but okay, let's see. Neutral foreign policy, liberty, ethos. Okay, mechanized efforts, that's fine. 6 days to go until the next item comes available. As we can see, we got a fair number of ports available to us now. It might be good if we start releasing some more territory to these guys. Let's actually see what we can do. And I can't for some reason, interestingly enough. Anyway, first Ljubljana record is on the way. Hold on. Really, there's nothing there, to be honest. So why don't I just return that? Hold on, no, that was not quite the intention, but okay. Let's assume that the Croats will be willing to become part of our allies. They've got a neutral foreign policy. That's interesting. All right, that's really interesting. So what are we going to do here next? So we've done that one. That's a long one away to actually go for. Another 100 days. Let's have a quick look in here. What else we could do? 1939. We're working on this one already. We're working on this one already as well. 39. We can of course work on our guns, upgrading those. This one is another 13 days away. So we're going to complete some more research before then. One more item of research. The Blitzkrieg is what we're going to complete. Now I will be pumping some elements into there shortly. Blitzkrieg is done. Right, so if I basically invest into this one, I can basically reduce that by a fair amount. As you can see, 180 days only. And as you can see, that gives me a really, really nice amount of overwhelming firepower. So planning speed is boosted as well. That's nice to see. Now we do still have a little bit of time, not much. 9 days, interesting. I think we're not going to make that. So what we're going to do is we're going to act upon this. And we're actually going to declare war on that basis. Is that right? Yeah, I think that will be perfect to do. Right, so these guys really need to be dug in, and they are dug in. As you can see, they're at maximum entrenchments. I don't really want to have to create a fallback line here, to be honest. I probably should have done this far earlier. I don't know exactly how much time that will take. Alright, so we are at war now. Are we at war with... No, we're not at war with France, luckily. Not at this point. Cool. Western Germany is being dominated, it looks like. Let's see what we can do about that. So let's go here. And let's get our fighter set up. So let's get this done in steps of 40. And once these are up and running, we'll basically get them up in the air here as well. Another one of these forces up and running here. Okay. Yeah, so we're slowly deploying that over there, as you can see. So we're pushing with our armed forces here into that terrain as well. I'm going to push even more of these into there. Now, nice is the fact that we basically can, of course, take this one and put it into here. This one will be put into a new army, I would say. Right, we're going to put this underneath one of the ones that is specialized in, of course, being able to operate without supplies. Pretty sure I had one of the two of them. Yes, it should be infantry. Well, let's put this one in charge for the moment being. It's not really quite ideal. Nice, exactly what we were hoping for here.
Achtung! Ausrücken!
French one is nice. Guess they're attacking us quite strongly here, it looks like. Okay. So what other occupied territories have we got we could potentially release? I don't want to release them, I don't want to release them. Italy, potentially. Czechoslovakia we are pushing into now, as you can see.
Befehle! Ausrücken!
Let's have a look. So this general here.
Achtung! Bereit! Vorrücken! Bereit! Befehle! Bereit!
Alright, let's execute this one as well. Hold on.
Bereit!
Let's get rid of that front line here. And let's actually put that front line on this section here.
Zuhören! Ausrücken!
Okay.
Bereit zum Ausrücken! Zuhören! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Alright, so we're going to put pressure on these guys here properly.
Ihre Befehle? Ihre Befehle!
Hold on. Why we got these troops at my disposal here?
Zuhören! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Okay.
Achtung! Achtung!
Alright, we're taking out the French, it looks like. At least we're taking on the French, maybe I should say. Yeah, I know there's resistance. There's pretty much always resistance to some extent. It's not huge, but there is resistance. That's just the Ljubljana Accord. Perfect. Use Yugoslavia to reduce the cost of the MIFO bills. Do I still have the MIFO bills? I don't think I do. So I don't think see how that's relevant, but okay. Austria, Calabria. Okay. I kind of need to do this to be able to get some of those research options available, don't I? Right, let's carry on.
Angetreten. Zuhören.
Okay. Yeah, there's options in there. I don't want to go for that at the moment.
Bereit. Ausrücken.
Okay. As you can see, there's a fort there, and we're basically trying to bust that open. I just want to make sure that that corridor here is wide enough for me to maintain the momentum there. Right, so they gained ownership of that. Perfect. That's exactly what we were hoping for.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit. Achtung.
Okay, let's push into here as well. As long as we put sufficient pressure on there, we should be able to push them back. Yeah, the French are losing their convoys there, which is nice to see. The French are basically exerting a territory grab at the border there, it looks like. The Hungarians have got a claim to that, so that's fine. It's nice to see that our convoy raids actually do a nice job of whatever they're meant to do. It shouldn't take long really to basically repair these kind of things. It says never, but it, as you can see, is a lot quicker than never.
Angetreten.
All right.
Angetreten.
Mine is bigger than yours. Interesting. Okay.
Befehle. Ausrücken.
Let's take a couple of these and basically push downwards.
Ihre Befehle. Angetreten.
I'm really going to try to push into there and basically take control of that territory. As you can see, once we actually get our armies engaged,
Befehle.
it shouldn't be that tough a job, to be honest.
Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Sorry, did I lose convoys? Really? Oh no, they did. Ha, they made me
Vorwärts, Männer.
think for a second that I was losing. And that's luckily not happening, so that's good. Let's see what we can do here to push further into there.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Okay, so our navy... Really? I didn't realize we were operating that far south, but okay. Yeah, the French are being held back here, luckily. So that's good. Oh, the French did take that territory here. Oh well, okay. So be it. Let's make sure we get our Enigma machine up and running. The French are fighting against the British here. In British occupied Spain. So we cut them off here already.
Befehle! Greift weiter an!
And if we can really cut them off properly,
Ausrücken!
I would really go for taking them out. That's what is there.
Ausrücken! Achtung!
Okay, let's deal with them there as well.
Bereit! Befehle! Greift weiter an! Angetreten!
At the moment. There is a fortress, it looks like there, of sorts. Our general is far, far superior, of course, to their general, which really is nice to see.
Achtung! Ihre Befehle? Angetreten!
Any pockets we can deal with here
Weiter! Weiter!
is, of course, nice to see.
Bereit!
I'm working on that at the moment, so that's perfect. Let's do it. Commerce rating. Let's get that up and running. Let's keep on improving that. This is still growing, as you can see. Growth is minimal, to be honest, but every little bit helps. Okay.
Angetreten!
I am curious to see why I've got my tanks out there.
Auf geht's!
Alright, let's have a look. Why is Italy surrounded in blue? I don't know.
Auf geht's!
Gosh, really? I am confused.
Ihre Befehle? Bereit? Angetreten.
Let's keep that occupied.
Bereit? Zuhören. Zuhören.
Okay, Prague and everything there we should be pushing into.
Bereit?
These guys are fine where they are.
Ausrücken. Bereit. Angetreten. Ausrücken.
Alright, let's see what we can do there.
Auf geht's. Ziehen uns zurück.
Ah, that's not with my units.
Befehle.
Yes, that's not helping.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ausrücken. Abstand halten.
Okay.
Achtung.
Prussian army, we want to do that too, and we can of course assign them to there. Perfect. Convoy raiding. More of that is going on. The only key issue here I've got is I don't get to see the correct indicators, it looks like.
Angetreten. Bereit.
Okay. Are there fortifications down here? It doesn't look like it, does it?
Befehle. Ihre Befehle.
Sorry, hold on.
Ihre Befehle. Angetreten.
It's a bit of a mixed bag, isn't it? Which particular armies are doing what at the moment?
Bereit. Zuhören. Vorrücken.
That is 17, that's... Ah, I'm confused.
Weiter, weiter.
Well, let's assign these purely to dealing with this, guys. Right, that makes a heck of a lot of difference.
Befehle. Bereit. Bereit. Bereit.
Okay, so what is coming next? This is still a long way off. This is 4 turns to go, so that's progressing nicely as well.
Befehle.
Hold on, really? Okay. What do we see operating here? Okay, so that's okay, our submarines, to be honest.
Angetreten. Ihre Befehle? Bereit zum Ausrücken.
So should I push that up? Push that down, maybe?
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Okay.
Bereit.
Cool. The cipher for the Soviet Union has been decoded. Let's do the same with the Japanese cipher here. Hold on. I've got the cipher for the Czechoslovakians, don't I? So let's use it. That's what you basically decode them for, to basically get those benefits in there.
Befehle. Befehle. Zuhören.
Alright, let's see.
Angetreten.
Perfect. Okay. So fighter ace initiative, or we can go for the formation, lighting air superiority mission efficiency increased, or ace generations increased. Let's go for this one.
Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Okay, let's really get to the bottom of that.
Weiter! Weiter! Vorrücken! Befehle!
If we can cut them off there, that would be amazing.
Auf geht's! Ausrücken!
Yeah, we're 80%
Ihre
clear, it
Befehle.
looks like. Looks like we're getting support from some of our neighbors as well, which is great. How are they doing? Are they basically getting closer to surrender? Yeah, 24% towards capitulation, which is not amazing, but still. Anyways, they have lost a total of 223. Lost 19k to them, and they have lost 66k to me. So yeah, that's in my favor, it looks like. So if I look at the Axis, who are the Axis members? I would say a fair number of them. We're still facing foreign power issues here. Issues with foreign powers, that's probably how I should word it. All right, I need to basically adjust my production here slightly. I'm not getting enough production of these support equipment, it looks like. Now, as you can see, I've got 15 factories are running on producing it. That should, to be honest, really be enough.
Bereit! Ausrücken! Ihre Befehle?
Alright, let's deal with this here as such.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Nice to see that we create another pocket here.
Bereit. Zuhören.
Okay, we're dealing with all the pockets here. Ah, we lost some convoys, interestingly enough. French are really pushing into Spain, aren't they? The British just don't have enough troops deployed here. That's part of the problem. That is part of the problem. Okay, let's have a look. What can we do down here? East Sudetenland, Western Slovakia, Piedmont, and Sudetenland. I don't really care about the Sudetenland fortresses. Bypassed the fate of Czechoslovakia. That's nice to see. Bypassed the first Vienna Accord. Okay, that's also nice to see. If I'm not mistaken, we're still working on the air option there, which is also nice to see.
Auf geht's! Weiter, weiter!
Okay, naval results here. Works in our favor, as you can see. As you can see, there's lots of naval action going on here. Yeah, France is becoming a bit of a lengthy one here, it looks like, at the moment.
Angetreten.
Okay.
Zuhören. Ausrücken. Befehle.
I'll just have to trust them with that for now. Look at all those Italian bits and pieces here. Hold on. Is that Italy that owns it now? Oh yeah, it is. Interesting. Nice declare war or something? Probably. So, what can I do? Give control of states. Ah, cool. No. Give control of state. Okay, not East Sudetenland. Now let's get our Enigma machines even further up and running. There's no foreign claims on that, as you can see. Let's deal with this differently then.
Angetreten. Ausrücken.
seems to be working in our favor pretty much all the time, so that's good.
Bereit! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Befehle? Weiter! Weiter! Vorrücken!
Alright, let's change that to red. Or purple, whatever color we choose here.
Greift weiter an!
Gain more
Ihre
control of
Befehle?
this. Perfect. We're almost done with that bit. So that's good.
Ihre Befehle? Befehle! Bereit!
Now let's push into them properly.
Bereit! Ihre Befehle!
Okay.
Angetreten! Befehle?
That should work quite nicely. A broken enemy cipher helps us as well. Right, so we got additional oil coming out of the ground, always nice to see. We're just in 1940 here at the beginning. This one is crucial. That's 39 days, that's 22 days, and we basically will start working on, of course, the nuclear options that are available to us.
Angetreten!
Alright, one moment guys, just need to do something. Sorry about that. Let's get back to where we were. I think it's about time to call it a day anyways in a minute. It's getting to be a really lengthy episode otherwise.
Right.
It probably is already, but yeah, we do need to bear that in mind.
Auf geht's! Befehle!
Okay.
Ihre Befehle? Zuhören! Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Okay.
Bereit! Ausrücken! Achtung! Achtung! Befehle!
Alright.
Bereit! Ausrücken! Achtung! Bereit! Ausrücken!
Alright, let's get this army set in the move. Yeah, as you can see, we basically already taken some of the territories here now. We do need to basically work on, of course, recovering some of this. If we look at the war here, Slovakia is 41% on the way towards its defeat. We killed about 123,000 of them, or at least we caused casualties to them of 123,000.
Bereit!
in itself should be fine. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. We're progressing very nicely.
Ausrücken!
Hold on. No, that's not what I wanted you to do. Thank you.
Achtung! Angetreten!
Okay.
Angetreten! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
None of that should really be mine, is it? That's a Hungarian, okay.
Zuhören!
Why would I want to basically keep units on the border there?
Zuhören!
It really makes no sense whatsoever.
Ausrücken! Ausrücken! Ihre Befehle? Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Alright.
Bereit zum Ausrücken! Achtung! Bereit! Ausrücken!
Let's deal with them there. It's going to take a while, it looks like. 16 days, that's pretty quickest it looks like as well. What is this? Military build. That's the most... Right, Jagen program. Let's have a look what this actually does for us. Has deployed 749 fighter aircraft, at most 250 in stockpile. Does not have national spirit, okay. Production cost for fighters. Sorry, fighter production cost is reduced. Because air support is increased, okay. And that's for 90 days only. Yeah, I don't think that's something I want to do, but thank you very much. Right, I'm going to keep all of this going.
Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Alright guys, I think we're going to call it a day. Guys, thanks again for watching, hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next time, and hopefully in the next episode we'll basically finish off Czechoslovakia. We can then set our goals on the next target. So in the meantime, thanks again for watching, and take care. Bye bye.